Stream. Welcome to the channel. My apologies right off the bat for the 1 minute delay. Had a situation that I needed to handle real quick, and unfortunately, I was not able to get back to the console at the exact time frame that I needed to be right on at 7 o'clock. But I am on at 7:01, and plus, and then when I did jump in, my Xbox was taking its sweet time trying to load up, as well as get the stream loaded. But anyway, here we are tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Once again, live on Wednesday night. It's Bose831 Gaming live on Twitch. And this again is a continuation of my Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition. We're on the SILVERRUN Forest map, and this is a continuation of the SILVERRUN Forest live stream series on Twitch. And as always, these Twitch streams are live, but I post them in their entirety to my YouTube channel. So if you're tuning in live, welcome aboard. If you're picking me up later on after I've uploaded this content to YouTube, I want to thank you for tuning in and thank you for your support. And please continue to support my channel, and we'll continue to grow and get bigger and better and improve as we continue to do these lives and get this process going. All right. With all that being said, let's jump right into it. And we're picking up exactly from where we left off on my last live. Unfortunately, I did not get an opportunity to do any of the things that I was talking about that I might do off camera, and we're literally picking up exactly from where we left off on, pretty much where we left off on our last live. I did kind of wrap some things up at the end of the episode, right after the episode ended, and that's where we're at now. I brought the leased equipment that I had for breaking up the stones back over to the main shop, and that's what we have here. We're still having all the, this set up. Don't need my tractor now, but let's go ahead and get up to speed on where we're at right now. It's already noon, and we're on in day 2 in September. These are the contracts that are available for today. We have a couple of deadwood contracts, one for $2,400, another for $1,950. Then we have a couple of rock removal contracts, and one for $3,850 and another for $4,400. And then of course we have tree transports, and those are the big money ones, and those looks like the ones we're going to need to try to jump into, because you got the one on farmland 25 is $10,450, and the one on farmland 14 is $11,000. So we'll definitely pick those up, but we'll start with the rock removal since we already have that equipment leased. So we'll go ahead and accept the farmland 38 one first, and the farmland 9 one, and let's see where that puts us on the map. Alright, if I get to the right screen. Alright, and so both of the rock removals are along the main road, so we'll do this one first, and then we'll go further up the road and we'll get to the second one that's a little further out. Trying to see I'm not sure what will be the best route to get to this second one here. We'll figure it out momentarily. But let's go ahead and hop into our leased equipment. Not you. A pickup. Get that all turned around, and we'll head to the first contract location. Kind of pick it up from there. Make sure we're heading in the right direction first and foremost. Yeah. For those in the community that's been keeping up with some of the news on the Farming Simulator website and just general news within the Farming Simulator community, we had some big news this week in the announcement from Giants about the Year 2 Season Pass, and that's been announced and it's now up on the website and available for purchase. So, and that's really the big news coming out of the world of Farming Simulator and from Giants software this week, and that's huge news because that was a big mystery, and I have kind of touched on that in a few of my other episodes, but now that that information is out, it's kind of good to know, even though we're still kind of short on specific details, but you do kind of have right now a general idea of what's coming in that package, and we'll discuss that in a little more detail in just a bit. Alright, so we're at the site for the first contract, and we're going to go ahead and open the ramps. Alright, and hop out the vehicle, and we're going to release the straps and go ahead and get our little rock buster skid steer going here. And we'll start with this one that's right in front of us. Well, we can't start with that one because that one's not one of the rocks in the contract. There's one right there. The rocks that are part of the contract will all have these little red flags associated with it. So there's two right in front of us, so we'll address these two right off the bat. Let's see here. Let me get this little skid steer is not all about the hill climbing, especially when the hills are pretty steep. So let's get that on. Turn on hydraulic breaker. Okay, and we're smashing rocks. Alright. And there we go. That one's broken. And we can go on to the next rock. Alright. And here's our second rock. And we want to get our equipment in position. And we're plugging away. Breaking up the rocks. Alright, that's two down. And let's see if we can find... Alright, turn off. Let's see if we can find any of the other rocks associated with this contract. You have to remember to stay within the designated area. And we're just looking for the red flags. And they should all appear within this area. Here we go, there's two more right here. Alright, and let's get our equipment in position. And turn the breaker back on. Officially breaking big rocks into small rocks. Alright, that's three down. And there's another one right in front of us. So we'll just get our skid steer in the proper spot. trying to get stuck on us. Alright, raise. The skid steer is really not having enough horsepower to kind of navigate through some of this rougher terrain. Alright, there's another one here. I thought I saw a second flag in the background. Oh yeah, over to the right. Alright, let's see if we can find a safe route to get there without getting stuck in the process. Alright, here we go. And while we're plugging away at that one, we're seeing if there are any other flags that are nearby. I don't see any right away. It says we're about 62% complete. I'll turn off the breaker for the moment so we can kind of navigate at a faster speed. And again, we have to stay within this designated area, but we're looking to see if there are any more rocks that have been flagged for us to break up. And I don't see any right at the moment. I know they're around here somewhere. Ah, there's one. Okay. And let's navigate around so that we get in the right spot so that we can handle that one properly. And there's another one over to my right. Boom. Good stuff, good stuff. And we were 62% before that last rock. So let's see where this one puts us at. Okay, this one gets us at 87%. Oh, that one actually finished the contract. Good stuff. Alright, so we can turn that off and we can navigate back to our vehicle. So we're done in this area. Go to our pickup. Get it all strapped in and move on to our next destination. Fold up the ramp. And next up, we are going to a rock crushing location. Wait a minute, why is that still showing as, oh, because I didn't complete the contract. Alright, collect. Alright, that's more like it. $210,707. That's more like it. So we're starting to get a little bit of a budget going here, but we still got a ways to go. Because as we talked about in the last episode, I want to get the steel operation going as soon as possible, but we just need to get enough money to, number one, purchase the plot of land, and then number two, to actually place the production facility and to get all the supporting vehicles and equipment I need to make that operation a success. And then once we get that going, we'll take a loss in getting our everything initially set up, but then we'll eventually turn that back around into making profit from the steel being sold and used in our other production chains as we get down the line. Let's see here. Take a little peek at the map so I can kind of see where I need to be here. Alright, where is the second location at? Okay, what's the best route to get there? Okay. Alright, yeah, this road right here is where we want to go. Looks like then we want to come this way, if I'm looking at it properly. And just a little twisty, windy road through the woods. Watch out for bears. Alright, I think this is it. So let's park our truck and get the crusher unloaded. Alright, open rounds. Unstrap. And then roll out. Same deal as before, except this one's going to be interesting because we got to cross the river to get to where we need to be here, and this little skid steer doesn't have that kind of juice. We're doing all this all-terrain stuff. Again, same deal as before. We're just looking for the flag rocks, and those are the only rocks that we need to mess with for right now. Alright, so get our equipment in position, turn it on, and away we go. This might be a great opportunity. Well, no, I'll do it before we get started, but I'll probably go ahead and get a screenshot while we're in the middle of this process. This will be a cool screenshot to take, I think. Alright, let's see. Yeah, he's about to get stuck. Yep, I'm officially stuck, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Alright. Let's get it back. Yeah, this is a good screenshot right here. Let's see here. Turn the heads up off. Let's hide the map, and let's get the camera zoomed in properly. I want the subject to be centered, but the camera doesn't really center the subject very well. It's always kind of off to the left a little bit. And then if I come from this side, it looks a little more centered. Yeah. So the axis just kind of rotates to the left. Let's see. Screenshot. Cool beans. And let's bring everything back up. Help window back on. And we'll just leave the map off for the moment until we'll bring that back up when we need it. All right, so let's turn the hydraulic breaker back on. Another one bites the dust. Okay. And now we need it so we can kind of make sure we're still staying within the circle. So we'll bring the little mini map back up. And we're still looking for the little red flags. There's another one there. Hammering away. Turn that off. Put that up. All right. What's our next candidate? Apologies, I didn't realize that we had all that background noise in the mic, and it's weird that when I have my fan on in the background, it creates all that noise that you hear that makes it sound like I'm outside. Yeah. Pretty big rock here. And of course, if I own this land, then I'd be taking an additional step of having to come through with a dump bucket or some other machinery and scoop up and collect all of these rocks and then haul them off. And I'd be hauling them to probably the rock crusher, or if I have other productions installed, the rocks can also be turned into lime or other products depending on what productions you have and what production mods you may have installed on your map. Alright, there's another one straight ahead. Then we're going to go ahead and get that one knocked out. Turn the breaker back on. And I'm just curious what the general community and what the players think about these new elements, gameplay elements that have been added to the game as part of the Platinum expansion. So far, I'm really enjoying them, even though it's kind of debatable whether or not this is really farming per se, but it's definitely, depending on your operation, definitely farming adjacent. I know that I've seen online where a lot of guys are talking about they are not happy about this pack and what it does and what it provides, and that it's not farming, but I don't necessarily agree with that point, because it's definitely farming adjacent. If you're trying to, in particular, expand your operation, you may be doing all these things and more. And especially if you have property that you're trying to get clear and get prepared so that you can turn it into a field or whatever you might want to do with that property, for your farming operation, But you can make that argument for a lot of things we do that are, quote, farming adjacent, that are not actually involving farming itself. But there's still necessary things you have to do as part of the overall farming operation. Oop. That rock just kind of came up on me out of nowhere. Just ran right into that one, huh? And I haven't been paying attention to the heads-up display, so 87%. Turn that off. There's another one way out there in the horizon. I wonder if that's the last one. Okay, where did it go? I know I saw the flag. I just lost sight of it. Oh, there it is. Man, that one's kind of hard to see. Yeah, that's really right there, almost inside of the tree. Actually, it is. All right, let's see what we can do with that. Got a tree growing out of a rock. The wonders never cease. I don't know how realistic that is or isn't. All right, so let's see. All right, and that was the last rock for this contract, so we're done here. Good stuff. That's another $3,850. So we're up to a total operating budget right now of $214,557. So we're close to achieving our fundraising goal. All right. Over the river and through the woods. Uh-oh. Brilliant. I tell you what. if I'm officially stuck. Come on, let's go. You can do it, Nikki. Alright, so that's it. We're done with the rock crushing for today. We're gonna load back up and head back to the shop. And we'll get set up for the next thing on the agenda. And I'm saving them deadwoods for last because those are exercise and patience, which I don't always have a lot of. So. Alright, so let's close the ramps and get this truck turned around and head back to the shop. And then I think we'll work on those tree removal. Oh, can I? That's turning into a tongue twister. We'll work on getting those tree removal contracts done. I just can't spit it out. Okay, now you want to stop. Makes perfect sense. You saw me coming out, you still wanted to run through, and then you wait until I'm into you to decide to stop. Perfect, perfect. The AI for the traffic in this game still needs some improvements, to say the least. But it does help for as the overall effect of being immersive, and at least to a small degree, making the maps feel a lot more alive. It's just that the traffic can do some really bonehead stuff because it doesn't really have an AI. It definitely doesn't behave like the traffic in certain games like Grand Theft Auto and similar games. Alright. So that's definitely an area that Giants can improve in, and hopefully we'll see what comes out of the next version of Farming Simulator 22, but we're still a long way out from that. Alright, so we're done with this leased equipment for today at least. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we can turn all this stuff back in. So let's go to our shop menu. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and take a peek at what's on sale. There's not anything here in the sale menu that we can that will be of use of anything that we're doing on the farm right now. So our next thing is we want to look at our lease items, and we no longer need to keep the lease on the skid steer or the pickup. So we're going to go ahead and turn those back in, as well as the rock breaker or the trailer. So we're going to turn all that equipment back in. And now we need to get a proper log hauling setup going. So we'll start with the larger of the two tree transport contracts. We'll accept the 11,000. Actually, we'll go ahead and accept both of them because we're going to try to get both of those done today. One's on farmland 14, and that's for 11,000, And the second one is farmland 25, and that's $10,450. And all these tree transport contracts will always go to the southern sawmill. So that's the sawmill down in this section of the map, in this area here. And let's see where our operations are going to be at. Okay, we got one here that's not too far from our destination, which is cool. And this other one is pretty far out. So we're gonna have to travel a little bit to get to that one. So we'll work on getting this one here taken care of first. And if we go to the farmland view, that one is on farmland 25. And then we go back to, let's see. And this other one here, if I can get right, farmland is on farmland 14. So let's hop back into the shop and let's take a look at what equipment we want to use to get this contract taken care of. Let's start by going through everything that's part of the Platinum expansion pack. So we'll start there. And it's just more convenient to look at it from this page first. Let's see if this is the equipment that we want to use. And we're still kind of on a budget. We don't want to go spend too much trying to get all this together, so that we cut into the money that we make off of the contract. And I'm still kind of partial to the setup that we used previously. So we're going to keep that because that keeps us at a low operating budget. Extension. Not 3 meters, that's fine. We'll set up standard wide tires. Just going through seeing what my options are here. Spare wheel, that's all cosmetic. Mud flaps, yeah. Oh, whoops. Well, spare wheel, we don't need a spare wheel. Mud flaps, don't really matter. Design, nope. Alright, so we'll release this trailer again. That sets us back $2,116. We use our existing tractor and we'll go to the telehandler setup that we used before. And we'll I think we'll use at least the same Liebherr TL 436-7 that we used in our last setup. Well, let me double check here because we want, let's see what some of the ratings are for the vehicle and the horsepower and all of that. Let's see. Yeah, they're all about the same. That one's much cheaper though, so we want to stay within budget. So we'll lease that again. Just make sure that we have it set up with enough horsepower to perform the job that we're going to do here. Alright, yeah. Beacon lights, dual, LED, default. We do the LED. We're not worried about fenders or anything of that nature. So we'll go ahead and lease that. And then from the telehandler tools, we need to go to telehandler tools. And let's see if we want to use the base game log fork or do we want to use a log fork from one of the CSZ pack, which I also have installed. Let's see if I get some better performance or better mileage out of that log fork. But let's see what kind of options they have as far as log forks are concerned. Okay, we have this double carriage log fork with a telehandler attacher. We'll give this a go because I haven't done any testing on this. We'll test it out now and see. That's only going to set us back $163. But if that doesn't work, we'll come back and get the base game set up because I know what I can do with that one. Alright, we get a beacon turned on. And we're just going to drive this telehandler right through the site. We're not dealing with any tractor, trailers or semis or in real life how you probably would do this. Well, there's no problem in it. You would load this telehandler up on a low loader and haul the telehandler to the work site, but we're on a budget, so we're not going to do all of that right now. We're still on a pretty tight budget here, so we're just going to drive the telehandler out to the site. Make sure we're headed to the right destination. Where are we? Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're good. And this is just phase one of the project. We'll get the telehandler on site, and then we'll come back to the shop and bring the tractor and the log trailer to the same work site, and then we'll get everything loaded up and get this whole process going. And just maybe, because what we're trying to do here is get enough money together in our budget so that we can go ahead and get this steel operation purchased, and I don't have to dig too deep into loans, because I could have just jumped into getting loans right from the outset, but I'm trying not to get too into debt until, well, I'm just really trying to do this without getting too deep into debt and too deep into loans until I'm making enough money to be able to handle all the interest and all the other costs associated with the loans, and not be, going bankrupt. So let's see here. All right, here we go. Here's the site. Next up, let's grab our tractor, the Volvo BM 2654. We're working with what we started with. Once we get some money going, we might look at obviously doing some upgrades and get some better, faster, stronger equipment. But right now, we're working with what we got until we can get a larger operating budget going and start making more money. we're just headed to the first work site, contract site. And once we get there, we get everything loaded up and get this log hauling underway. And these are both pretty decent contracts, so the sooner we can get them done and knocked out, the better. And then I have to make a decision on whether or not I want to deal with those deadwood contracts, because they're a little bit of a pain in the butt. The marking on those trees can be really difficult to see at times. It's gonna take us a little bit to get there because we're going at the blazing speed of 22 miles an hour, but that's just what this Volvo does. But it's alright. It's a nice piece of classic Volvo equipment that we got going here. If you would have told me back in the day that, especially being from the Americas, that Volvo was, had farming equipment, I would have been like, really? Because as a kid growing up, the only Volvos I knew were the Volvo cars back in the day. Never would have known they were also into making farming equipment. And at one time in my life, when I was a little kid growing up, some certain Volvos were considered premium luxury vehicles. In fact, there was one of the cars, there was a Volvo vehicle, I don't remember particular make and model, that my dad had on one of his dream car lists back in when I was a kid growing up. All right, let's see here. How do we want to get everything situated? We'll try parking right here for now and see if this gives us enough room to operate. Well, actually, let's turn it this way. Let's see. Yeah, we'll start there for now. All right. I like that. Okay. Got 3 on at one time. That's a definite improvement over what I was doing previously. But now, getting them loaded up. Let's see here. How do I need to get the trailer situated? Alright, let's see if that'll work. Because we can get them on here at three at a time for each, 3 at a pop for each load. This might go a lot faster than I anticipated. Let's not screw the landing. Just gotta make sure I'm on the right control groups. All right. We have a winner. It's not pretty, but it works. All right, look that up. Can we get a third, or we only good for the 2? All right. This time we only good for the. All right. Yeah, we only good for the 2. So let's see if we can get that clamp down. All right. That's another 2. And gonna drop them in like so. And open up, open sesame. And everything else just kind of falls into place. All right. All right, so far so good. Nothing too crazy. And we'll take them 2 at a time. As long as everything stays stable and steady. Okay. And we're gonna drop these 2 in and see how they fall. All right. Not as neat as I would have liked them to fall, but it still works. All right, close clamp. Rinse and repeat. But so far, this is progressing along a little better than I thought it would, which actually makes me a little more happy. Alright, don't like the way the logs are shifting around there a little bit. Let's see if we can kind of, yeah, because those 2 are trying to do something that we really don't like. Let's see if we can give them a little nudge to behave. in a different way. Oh yeah, I see why. Cause this bottom one here, I let it kind of get all of these off in the wrong at a bad angle. So now they're all at a bad angle. Alright. That's my fault. We're still gonna just kind of go with it and see. We're gonna press our luck. And I started off so good. We need you to behave, buddy. Alright. 2 more. Clamp. Alright. Bring it up. Hopefully these two won't upset the whole entire operation. We shall see. Alright, that one fell into place into a good spot. Alright. So I can probably drop 2 more in there. See if it'll let me do it. And the rest of the family will still be happy. Yep. Alrighty then. Uh-oh. Okay, the trailer is kind of doing its own little twisty, windy thing here, and I didn't. So what we need to do here is kind of straighten this out first, because I didn't do all of that. That did it. That did all of that on its own. And I'm going to take a chance here, and we're going to unrelease these straps and see if these logs adjust themselves when I bring these other 2 into the fold. Alright, unstrap you as well. Yeah, I wasn't trying to cut them. Oh yeah, so there's an invisible barrier there that won't let me get in too close. Yeah, right there. All right. We can probably get 2 more in. Shall see if we can. goes the clamp. I'd love to get all these logs in one trip, but I don't know if that's quite feasible here. Hey, we're doing good to get what we do have. We might. I'm gonna try. Again, completely pressing my luck right now. Grab two more. Okay, it won't let me scoop these last two with it. You don't want to play anymore. There we go. Alright. Okay. And can we get these last two on there? What say you? We can try. Just in case. Because there's a whole lot of shuffling that could go on with these logs. But just to be safe, we're going to strap those in. I hope everything doesn't blow up. Alright. One of the two. Did you really just try to roll away from me, homie? Don't like how that second one's positioned. But we're gonna try to see. Because that's gonna make what I'm trying to do here tricky. Even more tricky than it was gonna be anyways. That one log. I hate to have to do this all just for one log. We got some weird physics stuff going on right here. You see how the trailer's sliding around? I'm not doing any of that. That's happening all by itself. Okay. I'm gonna try to continue to press my luck and see if we get these two on there somehow and make this all in a one trip deal. Alright, this is gonna get really tricky. And see, there's something weird going on with the physics. There's a wall. Okay, there we go. See that the trailer's moving all by itself. I'm not doing a thing. Open. Awesome. We got you in there. So we need to just do one more. Get those strapped down. See if we get this one. There's one baby boy. And then we'll have everything for this contract in one scoop. Alright, we got that one locked in. We just got to be careful when we move so that we don't tip everything over. And if we can get this one to sit right in that spot right there, it rolled off. Curses. Forward again. We try coming from the other side. I need to stay up there long enough just for me to get the straps on it. Hey. See if coming from this side helps. Okay. It's doing all this little shifting stuff and I'm not. There's some invisible forces at play here that are not helping me at all. There's some of the farm sim physics going on right now. I had it up there, but then everything just started moving by itself. Last log will be my problem child. And I understand I'm pushing the boundaries here, especially this neat stacking situation that we have here. Alright, this is how we do that. No. should do it. Well, let's do this then. And let that one go. And let that one go. Still won't let me move. There we go. And one of them. I have you now. Let's go, baby boy. Alright, we got them all on there. Let's see if we can make it to the sail point without any major accidents. And very carefully try to drive this load to the sail point. And I do mean carefully. And of course, right on cue, some of that wonderful AI traffic pops into play. And we're going to carefully take this turn, and this is going to be the same scenario for every turn we try to take. And we're not going to carry too much speed. We don't want to upset anything we got going on here. We're just going to take a little easy travel trying to get to our destination. Can't believe we got them all on there, but we did. But we got to stick the landing. For this entire operation to be a success, we really have to stick the landing. Alright, is this the way? That's where we want to go. But again, we got to be real careful in these turns. Because if I flip this thing, I'm on console, and that means I'm completely out of gas. Because we don't have a strongman mod on console. So if I flip this load, I'm literally done. Almost there, almost there. Alright, and this is a tight turn. So we'll make sure we take it easy. All right, we still need one more easy turn here. All right, here we go. And taking a look at the contract. Let's go ahead and unstrap. And let them do what they do. And let's sell them all. All right. Transport contract, farmland 25 finish. Plus we earn an additional $25 profit. All right. So we can go ahead and click on X to collect our payment for this contract. And that'll net us another $10,450. So now we're up to $219,004. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That worked out much better than I anticipated. And we're that much closer to our goal. Fundraising efforts are still underway. Let's see where we're going at next. I guess we need to pull over to the side here and make an assessment on the best route to get to our next destination. Let's take a real look. So if we take the main road and then we go to this little river crossing, yeah, we'll stick to the main roads and only deal with the dirt roads when we have to. Alright, so we got another little bit of a long drive ahead of us for this one. And especially when we're doing it at 22 miles an hour. Sometimes, as we just saw, slower is better. But I'm very happy with what we were just able to do. We were able to do that entire contract in one trip. I'm very happy about that. Let's see if we can repeat that same success with this next one, and maybe this time see if we can also stack the logs a little neater, so it takes some of the rocket science out of it, out of the entire process. But definitely those log forks that are part of the CSZ pack, or CSZ pack, are definitely an improvement over the base game log forks once you get used to the mechanics of them. And you can find that the CSZ pack or CSC pack on your mod hub. That's one of your game mod hub and the farming simulator mod hub. As again, I'm on console, so all the mods that you see me use in this series will all be mods that are available in the end game and on the farming simulator website mod hub. Because I'm on console, I don't use any external mods. Everything will be mod hub mods. And again, I'm on, I know most of you gamers out there game on some variation of PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5. but I'm on the Xbox Series X. Alright. And the Volvo is having a little struggle getting up the hill. Alright. And we got to get all the way up to this intersection here. So we still got a little bit of a ways to go. And even though this is a map that's just really dominated with trees, it's still a very beautiful map. I really like the way it looks, and it really takes me, you know, to another place. I actually feel like you're in this little world that they built for us. Okay. One thing the map doesn't really show you very well, though, is all of the different elevations and things that you have going on. So I can already see, based on the elevations and the twists and the turns coming out of here, is going to be interesting. We want to cross this bridge. And as indicated, this is a narrow bridge. And let's see. We're going to take this left fork. And like I was saying about the scenery, I mean, look at this. This is crazy. Crazy beautiful. Just hope the little Volvo can get up the hill. Because we're going up, 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 and away. I mean, this is very much uphill. Yeah, I guess all part of the deal of working this contract is getting up the hill. Yeah, alright, then we circle back around. Alright, and there's our logs, and this is a flat stack here. So we just park this setup right here. And then we'll jump back over to telehandler. Just our configuration for travel. Alright. And let's head out. Make sure we're heading out in the right direction though. Alright, yeah. Make sure we got our beacon on. You know, the AI traffic doesn't seem to recognize any of that anyways. But at least this piece of machinery is a bit faster than the Volvo. So it should take us less time to get to our destination. Alright. We got that in. And we followed the same route that we did with our Volvo earlier. Back up here. That's going to be interesting hauling this load of logs down this hill. We'll have to even be more careful than ever about tipping or turning over the trailer. Alright, so we're ready, let's go. Let's get everything lined up. And let's see. Probably be still doing the 2 logs at a time scenario. Maybe. Let's see what. Yep, 2 logs at a time it is. Let's see if we can get a either stack situation going this time. fact, let me see if I can get this to just drop right in. Bring that to the edge. And then fold it that way. Yeah. No. Physics won't let me do that. Okay, gotcha. So we just still gotta drop them in. All right. That's my first two. Just to keep them from rolling down the hill, we'll push them back this other way for the next pair. Keep pushing the other direction, they will eventually start to roll downhill. And our goal to get is to get at least two. But we really press our luck and we'll try to see if we can grab three. Only able to get two that time, but it still works. Maybe we could just tip those. These two right into... No, that's not what we want to do. Oh, that totally did not cooperate. Totally did not cooperate. Alright. Not happy. Okay. That log did not do anything like what I was trying to get it to do. See if I can get them pushed back. But well, yeah, as you can see, there's legitimate reasons why I can't get the stack as neat as I want it to be. Alright. I need the logs to cooperate with me. At least on a marginal level. Alright, let's see if we can get these two to behave a little better. Kinda, sorta. Alright. I still didn't get exactly what I wanted, but it's still some kind of progress. No, I don't want, that's too far down. I want to get it more centered. Alright. You're just messing with me now. Yep. Okay. What the heck is happening? The log just jumped up and moved in that direction all by itself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. That's what I was trying to avoid. Alright. I think we went away. Alright. Well, it wouldn't be logging if it didn't have a certain degree of difficulty associated with it, would it? I'll tell you what. Alright. Have it your way. And again, you're seeing some of this this farming simulator excuse me, log physics in play here, because I didn't touch that log or do anything for it to jump around like it did there. It did that on its own. And then from that point I was just having to play along with what was happening and try to figure out the best situation to kind of resolve that issue. The log just started moving all by itself. Hopefully that's the end of that. Let's see. We can get another pair. Nope. This terrain's not level, so it's not helping at all. All right. And these logs are very heavy. As you can see, the weight of the logs is almost about to tip the telehandler over. And it's just a real inconsistent bag with Farming Simulator 22. Sometimes the physics are realistic, and sometimes not so much. And I'm hoping when I drop these next two in, then everything in the trailer would kind of settle down and smooth out. At least that's my theory. And we're going to close those clamps. Alright, that's 1, 2. Still didn't situate the way I want them to. Two. Okay, why is that stuck in there? Alright. that defied all realistic laws of physics. Yeah. All right, we got one log. Let's see if we can press our luck and make it two. Voila. Okay. Slowly but surely making progress here. Still got another, what, looks like 4 logs over there. So, I don't know if the one trick is going to work for this one. We shall see. All right. Trying to see if we can grab 2 more. All right, and we're coming up on the end of the stream. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, and hope that you continue to tune in and continue to like and comment on my content, and continue to support my content. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am Bose831 Gaming on all major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. And like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? And this video will be uploaded to YouTube on my YouTube channel in its entirety. And if you're just tuning in or just picking this up from my YouTube upload, the same request still applies, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll do what we can to see if we can accommodate those requests. Alright. I don't think we're going to safely get any more logs into this load. And we still got 3 left. Let's see if we can get those 3 on there. I don't know if we can. If we do, that'll be one wild scenario. I'm gonna give it I'm still gonna try to give it a shot. And this is probably where we're gonna leave it at tonight. I obviously finish up at least this load off camera, and I don't know if I do any other any other stuff. But at least at the least we'll finish up this load, and when we come back in, I'll receive the payment from that contract here. Let's go to the contract screen real quick, and that'll net us another $11,000. I'm probably not going to do the deadwoods because it's starting to get in the evening and at night. They're really hard to see because they're really hard to see in the daylight, let alone at night. So I'm not going to try to do the deadwood contract at night. So we'll probably just skip those for today. And I'll either leave it on where we're at now, day 2 in September, or I'll move ahead to the next day and we'll be on, when we come back in on the next episode, I'll be on day 1 in October. And we'll see what contracts pop in on day 1. We'll go ahead and finally work towards getting our loan and getting the setup for our steel processing production chain. And that's our plan of attack for the next episode. Is we'll definitely go ahead and purchase the property and get our steel processing production plant placed and get all that set up. All right. Again, thank you for tuning in, and everyone have a great night, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.